Joining us now, one of the most decorated coaches in Canadian university sport, Lisa Thomaidis. She led the University of Saskatchewan Huskies women's basketball program since '98, turning it into a national powerhouse with multiple Canada West titles, national championships. You were recently recognized as Coach of the Year, Lisa. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. I understand you're back in Saskatoon, ready to celebrate with your crew.
Yeah, we just jumped off the plane about an hour ago, so it's been a lot of celebrating since last night. I don't think many of us slept at all, and we were out of the hotel at 3:30 this morning heading to the airport. So it's been a whirlwind, but definitely well worth it.
Yeah, congratulations. Hard fought, back-to-back national championships. What does this mean to you personally and for your program?
I mean, there's most student athletes are never going to go to a national championship, let alone get to a national final 3 years in a row, and to win it back to back. I mean, it's an incredible team that we have. This group of fifth-year players and veteran leaders just did it all for us. They've been phenomenal. The work that they put in, the discipline that they displayed over the course of their careers to get to the pinnacle of their sport in Canadian University women's basketball is just so impressive to watch. And to win it back to back, I mean, last year was incredible, returning most of our squad this year. I think most of our players knew that it was something that we could attain. But then when we lost that semifinal game in the Canada West playoff series, it was a little bit of a setback. But I think more than anything, it just kind of dialed us back into how we needed to play and what we needed to do to be successful.
Well, I'm sure it never gets old seeing that bronze baby, Lisa.
No, it sure doesn't.
So let's talk a little bit about that game specifically. Your team started strong and you built an early lead, and then you weathered a bit of a tougher third. So what does that say about your team's resilience to bounce back the way they did?
Yeah, I mean, it says a lot. I think it really showed our composure and the fact that our team's been there before and that we've been through pretty much anything. You know, our point guard, Gage Grassick, she's like another coach on the floor. And so she just brings an element of calm. She's just the ultimate competitor, but I can say that also about the rest of our players on the team. So I don't think there was much concern. I'm sure there was more concern from the coaching staff and from the people that are watching the game, but I think it was just a matter of time before we got the ship righted and figured things out and got back on track. So thankfully that's what happened.
So when you look back at this season as a whole, nearly perfect overall for the Huskies up in Saskatoon. Yeah. How did you manage to maintain focus and consistency throughout such a dominant year, Lisa?
You know, again, it's about our players. They come in every day ready to work and just they want to continue to improve individually and for our team just to continue to play at a high level. I think, you know, just being able to showcase their talent and their gifts and their athleticism, it was a lot of fun this year because it was really just about displaying and putting on and showcasing the talent that we do have. And they played together for so many years now and put in so much work. They were just having fun. And so, yeah, it was really a joy to coach them and to be part of this and to see them win at the highest level. And to, I wouldn't say we played our best this weekend, but we played well enough to get the job done.
You know, you did mention returning players a couple of times here. Now, you've stood behind that bench for a number of years. How special is it coaching graduates like those who have been through all of this, you know, hard work and dedication and sometimes heartbreak through multiple years?
Yeah, I mean, it's super special because, again, you get to see them being rewarded for all the hard work and the time that they put in. And I mean, for all of these student athletes, it's incredible because they're not just doing it on the basketball court and committing so much time and energy to their sport, but they're also academical Canadians. They're in professional colleges like pharmacy and nursing and business and engineering. It's just so incredibly impressive that they're able to also be so successful academically. Like I said, it really is about prioritizing and it's about their discipline. And they're just such high character individuals. So to see them succeed is super rewarding and just so proud of them and happy for them to have this moment.
I guess you do need to take a step back and just enjoy the moment. And I don't mean to look too far ahead, but is it kind of bittersweet knowing that some of these players will be graduating and moving on to the next steps in their career after this?
Oh gosh, I've been saying all year long, I can't even think about next year. We have to really savor every single day we get with these players. I think, sometimes after 5 years, you kind of think, okay, these players are ready to move on. I've taught them everything I can teach them. We've gone as far as we can go, and now it's time to take that next step and for them to move on. And I said to them, a lot of them came in COVID, and we have actually spent 6 years together because we didn't have a season that first year. So I said, you know what, we've spent 6 years together, and I would love to spend 6 more with them, but that simply isn't the case. They're ready to move on and do the next thing in their lives, and they're going to kill it at whatever they do. Some are going to go on and play professionally, and some in 3x3 with Gage's situation. But now it's the kind of excitement of how do you build it again, because we did it with this group, and it was so much fun. And now with a lot of them moving on, it's going to be another challenge to see if we can take another group to that level.
Maybe talk about some of those other players that stepped up throughout the season. I mean, Logan Reeder, Ella Murphy-Weeb, those are definitely some names that jump off the page for me. What about yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Ella has always shown that she is a talent. She is just a generational talent in terms of her athleticism and matchup problem that she creates for other teams, but struggled with a lot of injuries over the course of her career. So it was just so nice for her to have a full season where she was able to play and, again, showcase her abilities on the highest stage. And I mean, it's crazy, she wasn't a Canada West All-Star, and that's just how it goes, but then goes and is the MVP of the national championship tournament. So it just speaks to, again, the quality of play that she has. And then Logan Reeder, she's a Canada West All-Star from previous years. She struggled with a little bit of injury, and we knew going into the tournament we were going to need her. The first couple games we thought, there were going to be some matchup difficulties with her, but we knew in that final that she had the potential to get hot, and she sure did. But Maya Flindle is the other one that, she carried us offensively for a big part of the season early on when we maybe didn't have things clicking at the highest level. She was our consistent go-to shot maker, shot creator. So just super happy and proud of her in the season that she had. She was just, she took her game to another level this season. And then having Andy Dodig come back for the second half of the season, I mean, one of the toughest defenders you're ever going to face, and she really was important and key to us being able to bring home another national championship. I don't think we're winning again this year without her, so that was crucial. I mean, Taya Demong, you can go up and down the list. They all just kind of raised their game at different points in time, and each of them was critical in us being successful. So again, we had a lot of weapons, and it was just a matter of what weapon we were going to use on any given night, depending on the matchup.
So 4th national championship under your leadership. How has this team culture evolved over the years to keep winning at this level? You don't have to give us a secret sauce, but people want to know.
Really, it's, I think, a culture of commitment to excellence and just always trying to push the bar and being better than you were the day before. It sounds very cliche, but our players put in the work. It's not an easy place to be because the standard is set very high. But for those who want to come in and be tested, be pushed, be challenged, and be willing to grow and see where they can take their game. We're very fortunate. We have a lot of support from various donors from the university. We have the human resources, we have the facilities, and we have the coaching to be able to, we really pride ourselves on the fact that we like to run our program like a professional outfit. And so we prepare them to go on and play professionally, and a lot of them will do that, and they'll come back and say that, our program is more professional than a lot of places that they're going to go to in Europe. So we pride ourselves on that and just providing that environment where whatever you're willing to put in and how far you want to go, everything is there that you need to achieve your potential. And so that really is, I think, the cornerstone of what we do. And again, it's not for everyone, and not everyone has aspirations of going to play professionally or national team, but for those who just want to go and come and see how far they can take their game, this has been very successful in that type of approach.
Bronze baby back in Saskatoon. That's a huge moment. You talked a little bit about the celebrations on the plane and, the lack of sleep, but what do those continued celebrations now look like that you're back in Saskatoon?
Yeah, we had such a great supporting cast of family and friends and supporters that came all the way out to Quebec City to celebrate with us and support our team when we were in the championship. But now that we're back to Saskatoon, we definitely want to celebrate with our family and friends and alumni that are back here. So we'll make some plans and make sure we have opportunities to connect with them and for everyone to kind of feel appreciated, because we are so well supported and people come out to watch us and they've been so great, and so our team wants to have an opportunity to say thanks to them.
Well, it sounds like maybe you're going to miss spending so much time on the court. What does your downtime look like now?
Yeah, I mean, this for the first time in a lot of years, I won't be coaching a national team this off season, but I think my time is going to be filled pretty quickly with the fact that we're going to have a lot of incoming first-year players next season. So we'll be getting on court with them and getting them up to speed. And again, it's an opportunity to build the next great team, and it'll be fun to start working with those new student athletes. So. And then hopefully getting on the golf course a little bit.
Oh, okay. Well, we're getting closer and closer to that time of year.
Yeah, let's hope.
No kidding. It's been a long winter.
Yeah.
Also, can I just ask, what is in the water at the U of S these days? Because this weekend was huge for Huskie Athletics. Your women's basketball team, capturing back-to-back national titles, and then the men's hockey team with the Canada West Crown. What are you guys doing differently?
It was an incredible weekend for sure. I think we have amazing coaches that are at the helm of these programs, and again, I think just the university as a whole has put and placed a priority on athletics, and it shows. There's not a lot of places like the U of S that prioritize athletics and put their money where their mouth is and make sure that we have the resources in place to support these student athletes and to be able to perform at the highest level. So it's wonderful to see these teams doing so well, individual sports, what have you, and hopefully it just continues. Hopefully there's another national championship coming down the pipe here.
Okay, I like that. Is there any internal jabbing? Athletes are competitive. Let's not pretend that they aren't. Amongst themselves, do you find that they say, "Oh, we're going to be winning the next championship"?
Yeah, you know what? They might be. I'm not too sure, but they are super competitive. They're ultra competitive. But what I found more than anything else is they're just very supportive. The coaches from other programs, they're texting me last night and just saying how proud they are and how pumped they are for our team. And I'm sure it's happening with the student athletes as well from other teams. So that's the really cool part too. They're super competitive. But at the end of the day, we're all Huskies, and everyone wants the Husky teams to do well and student athletes. So it's a pretty great feeling.
Well, Lisa Thomaidis, you can add one more national championship to your resume. How impressive. Congratulations. And wow, what a year.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate this call and this interview and any attention that our program can garner.
Well, I have a feeling we might be chatting again in the future.
Love it. Thanks so much.